For neighbouring Pakistan, it was the hottest April in 61 years. And since then, the heat wave has remained relentless in the country. Last weekend, a city in southern Pakistan recorded the highest temperature in South Asia so far this year, 51 degrees Celsius in Jacobabad. Life in the city is now dominated by attempts to cope with the heat. Many people, especially the very young and the elderly, are suffering from heat stroke. Yet, even under these brutal conditions, people need to keep working to survive, like these brickmakers who have to bake their products in earthen ovens. And as we heard earlier, experts place much of the blame for the region's extreme heat on climate change. One way of cutting the greenhouse gas emissions that cause climate change is to switch to electric cars without petrol-burning engines. In Pakistan, they are still a rarity on the roads, but some people say that could soon change.
Clean, quiet, cost-efficient. Pakistan's car market could be at a fork in the road. The government wants 30% of all vehicles here to run on electricity by 2030. And it's pushing this goal with hefty tax cuts, setting incentives for people like Shakir Ilahi.
My youngest daughter is 6 years old and she's also very happy about it that Baba is reducing the carbon footprints in his capacity. So I would encourage everybody to go for this.
But e-cars are expensive. Only a few thousand people in Pakistan actually own one. The lack of infrastructure also discourages people from making the shift from conventional cars. But even if there's infrastructure, some say the government's focus on private vehicles isn't enough to cut air pollution in cities like Lahore and Karachi, two of the most polluted in the world. They say Islamabad should put more focus on public transport.
Where the policy needs to be stronger on is the electrification of public transport, such as buses in particular, because unlike a passenger car, you're going to be using the car for maybe 30 minutes to 2 hours in the day. A bus will be on the road for 12, 16 hours of the day. So the amount of emissions that one bus contributes, and also the number of, relative to the number of people it moves, the bus is a better way of reducing air pollution.
The government has now put out a scheme to encourage local companies to invest in e-mobility that also includes electric buses and coaches.
We are at the moment importing them and trying to sell it into the market. And in the meantime, we are establishing an electric complex here where all these electrical vehicles, cars, buses, chargers would be made ultimately with Chinese collaboration.
Pakistan is moving towards change. But with many challenges ahead, the country will need more time to become cleaner and greener.